Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another Factorio episode. The main focus today is going to be setting up our chemical science pack production array. Now, in order to get that up and running, we need to take care of a couple of things first, and the most important one is that we want to get sulfur on the main bus, and we also want to get steel on the main bus, which we currently do not have. So I am quickly gonna drag a belt this way and all the way down to where our chemical science production is going to be. Sorry, where our sulfur production is going to be. Now, for sulfur, we need two ingredients, and they're both fluids this time. So that is water and petroleum. For petroleum, this is going to be quite easy because we already have a pipe of petroleum here. We're going to use the same pipe. And for water, I'm actually going to try to drag this to the farmost side here so it doesn't get in the way, and I will line it up with the second row from the oil refineries, and you'll see why in the next episode. But for now, I'm just gonna quickly go up here. While I run there, I'm just gonna craft an offshore pump as well. And I believe it should be somewhere around here where we can lay down an offshore pump and connect this. And that should mean that our two factories are working. Now, one thing that I totally forgot to do and I'm gonna start doing is putting down lamps, because I've just remembered that on video recordings the lightning might not always be the brightest, and I do want you guys to see what's happening here. Now, I've used the same technique that I've used for plastic in order to balance the lanes. And one thing that I will want to actually do is also use a lane balancer here so that we're outputting on both sides of the belt as assembling machines are going to start pulling, and they're probably going to start pulling just from one side of the belt primarily. So this is sulfur. And the next thing that I want to do is getting the sulfur, also getting the steel up. So steel is gonna come on not that lane but this lane, and then we'll have sulfur going all there. But I also want to do another thing, and that is, well, I'm gonna quickly steal some gears from here first and start doing a few undergrounds because we're gonna use plenty of them in the upcoming builds. But I also want to upgrade our iron plate lane that goes to the main boss to be a red lane, so that we basically have access to two yellow lanes of iron plates, as chemical science packs actually require a lot of iron, as you're gonna see in just a few minutes. Okay, so we have our two lanes here, both full, and I'm just gonna drag these lanes all the way to the head of the bus. Also gonna drag the green circuits all the way up to, I think this is a good place to set them down. Yeah. And well, I'm gonna start off by removing a couple of belts here and gonna duplicate my lane balancer. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is we've just used all four of our lanes once, and we want the upcoming assembly lines to have access to equal amounts of iron. So by rebalancing them, we make sure that regardless of what the consumption is on these four lines, they get an equal amount of whatever's left on the belt. Bring this up to here, and yep, that looks good. Now so I'm gonna temporarily run a power line down here because I will be removing these two big power poles. And let's have a look at our red science production. Sorry, advanced circuit production. So for advanced circuits, we need two plastic bar, two electronic circuits, and four copper cable. And that is at 6 second crafting time. And if we take a look at the copper cable, we're actually producing 4 copper cable per second. So that means that if we put down an assembly machine that produces copper cable, that assembly machine will be able to supply 6 advanced circuit assembly machines. And that's the actual ratio that we're going to use. So we're going to have a lane here that's going to be plastic and green circuits. And then we'll have another lane here that's going to be on one side copper plates and on the other side copper wire. We'll get an assembly machine set up here, which is gonna sorry, I'm gonna do this differently. I'll set it just one space apart because I want to use fast inserters. So this is gonna grab from this belt and output to the same belt. This is gonna be our copper cable. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that the copper plates that are coming in are gonna come in on the right side of the belt, because as this inserter is going to output resources, it's going to output them on the left side of the belt. And these two are going to be advanced circuits. We're going to be inserting from here. Let me quickly set up hotkeys here for my inserters, and I think I'm on the wrong toolbar, but that's okay. So we're gonna have this, we're gonna have the output lane going here, and we're gonna have do I have lights anywhere set up? No, I don't. I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna copy this and flip it over with Shift F and place it down. Actually wanted to have this as well. Oh, I was in the way. That's why I didn't plot down the factory. No longer in the way now. And we want to have 6 assembly machines. So now in between episodes, I did do a couple of things some of you might have already noticed. There are no more labs here, and the red and green science production from here has been completely removed, and the labs have moved here now. And I did remember that at some point uh, I think 2 episodes ago, or maybe 3 episodes ago, when I expanded our iron ore production. I said that I'm gonna ignore it for now and repair this power pole later, and I totally forgot to repair it. I will get down to this power pole and repair it. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna actually duplicate this 4 times. But I'm not actually gonna build all of it right now. I'm just gonna build 24 advanced circuit assembling machines. And the reason why I'm stopping at 24 is because our blue science production is gonna require 18 red circuit assembly machines just for red science. So yeah, we need to make sure that we have enough throughput here to sustain the blue science production. And I'm just missing the long-handed inserters here and the fast inserters here. Obviously something's off. I have used the wrong direction for these belts. Now this is much better. So let's do resource inputs. I'm actually gonna do that over here. I think it looks slightly better. So this is gonna be our copper, and this is gonna be our mix of plastic and green circuits. Now for copper, we're gonna be using the 4th lane here, and that's gonna go like that. I'm just gonna do undergrounds here, and because we're only gonna be using half a lane of copper, because we're side loading here, I'm actually gonna branch off the same belt 2 times. And now that we've used all the four copper lanes once, I am going to rebalance the whole main bus for copper. And perfect, we have copper running. Let's get plastic and green circuits. So the first place where plastic and green circuits mix is going to be here. Now I am going to mix them straight on the belt. And the way that where's our plastic? I forgot to drag plastic. I'm sorry about that. Let's quickly bring a belt of plastic all the way up to here. So we're gonna have a splitter here. We're gonna have an underground, and just like that, that should deliver plastic to our red science production in one place, and we just need to cover the second one. Again, because I'm using only half a belt, I am going to branch off the same red belt as well. Sorry, a green circuit belt. So this inserter goes here and like this. And there we have it. We have our first automated advanced electronic. Sorry, not advanced electronic, I keep messing up the names, advanced circuit. So in here, we're gonna output priority to the left. So this line is gonna go back on the main bus, but I do want to set up a personal chest here that I'm gonna limit to just 3 stacks. So if we ever need to quickly grab a few circuits for personal consumption, we always have them at our disposal. And I'm out of underground belts actually. That's highly unfortunate. But we do have our 2 lanes of electronic circuits available. And with that, I'm quickly gonna drag all the lines up to the same place. With that, I think we have everything we need on the main bus to start building our actual chemical science pack. So let's talk a bit chemical science packs. And we have sulfur and we just put advanced circuits on the belt, but we do not have engine units. And the reason why we do not have engine units is because engine units, or to be more precise, 2 engine units that are required for one recipe are produced roughly in the same amount of time as a chemical science packs. So this is 24 seconds and this is in total 20 seconds. So instead of building engines, putting them on the belt, and then bringing them into the blue science pack, we're gonna do direct injection. So basically we're gonna be producing in an assembly machine, and that assembly machine is gonna feed directly into another assembly machine for that's gonna build our chemical science packs. So I'm actually gonna leave 3 spaces here, and this is gonna be our engine unit assembling machines. You're gonna see why I'm leaving. Sorry, that is 1 more space required. Yeah. You're gonna see why we're leaving these spaces in just a second. Let's set up the long-handed inserters, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave 3 spaces in between and put another 2 assembling machines down, and this is gonna be our chemical science pack. And I'm gonna put another pair of 4 long-handed inserters, and finally this is gonna be the output with another purple, and let's not forget the light, and then we'll have another belt running through here. So basically the way this is gonna work, this belt is gonna have advanced circuits and sulfur, and this assembly machine is gonna output straight into the chemical science pack assembly machine. So this line of inserters are grabbing from the assembly machine and outputting into the assembly machine, and these lines are grabbing from the belt. And if we take a quick look at engine units, we're gonna see that we need 1 steel, 1 iron gear, and 2 pipes. And that is at a 10-second interval. So in order to produce the correct ratio, we will want to lay down 1 gear factory and 2 pipe factory. Wrong recipe. I wanted to set pipes in here. So we will have a line of iron coming through here, and then we'll have a line of pipes going out. This belt will have steel coming on the right hand side and gears outputted by this assembly machine on the left hand side. Let's quickly set up some power poles here. And I will want to use both sides of the belt actually. The easiest way to do that is basically the same as we've done with our plastic production. So have the belt go and output on the inside. I'm gonna put a light down here too. And yeah, let's start bringing in resources. So we said that we want steel coming in and we want to output steel on the inside of the, on the right hand side of the belt. So that's gonna look like that. And let's see where our, let's quickly drag the iron plates. This is where we have steel. Yeah, it's I think right over here. Yeah, I was not sure I got it right, but it looks like I got it right. We're gonna branch off from the first lane again because we've just rebalanced everything. And the other thing that we need to do is we need to get red circuits, advanced circuits, and sulfur. I don't think we'll be able to have a lane that jumps all the way here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna move this power pole here and I'm gonna have an underground belt, and then I should be able to use a red belt to reach all the way up here and another red belt to jump over the road. So I said we need those two over there. Oh, no, I have misaligned things like that. So we need that one. We're gonna have an underground here, red circuits. And the final underground. And this should be producing chemical science packs now. Last thing that I wanted to look at here is how many of these we actually want to build. So we're looking at 2 science packs per minute. We're producing 2 chemical science packs at 24 seconds. So we want to have 24 of these assembling machines. And that's a lot of assembling machines to build. I'm gonna quickly fix the blueprint. And that is 6. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna move this one apart because I want to copy this a few more times over. So these are 6 machines. These are 12, not 24, and this will be 24. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is drag the belt over because I do want to get our science up and running. Yeah. Get this one space apart so we don't accidentally output these belts onto the science belt. And get this belt dragged all the way down here. This is gonna be research ready, so we can start queuing up sciences that are dependent on chemical science packs. And the first one that we want to do is advanced oil processing. Always advanced oil processing. We should have lubricant, we do want electric engines, and we're actually gonna head for robotics first. These are pretty cheap recipes, and after robotics I'm gonna queue up construction robots and lab research speed. So science is slowly gonna start progressing. I'm gonna set up the whole array here. But this is gonna take quite a while, and I will try to focus on getting everything right. So let's get the engines producing first. I'm placing down the lights as well, because after all the lights are in place, I should be able to very quickly drag and place all of these inserters. And I'm actually gonna run out of inserters, which is very unfortunate, but I can craft quite a few of them very quickly. I don't think that's enough though. Well, while we're building long-handed inserters, I'm gonna drag the last lines of power poles. Okay, this should be enough long-handed inserters, I hope. I will go grab some more from the starter base once we finish setting all of this up. Looks like everything is ready and everything is working. Hooray! This was chemical science pack production. All of our factories are working. If I'm not mistaken, 1 gear and 2 pipe factories should be just enough to be able to supply our 24 engine unit assembly machines. And we can already see that our plastic supply is really low. I'm gonna run to our main to our starter base to grab a few more supplies. I'm gonna bring down our assembly machines here just so that I can see how many we have, if not anything else. And I will set up just one more machine here, because I don't want to manually produce those each and every single time. Let's grab some of this. Let's grab this. How much red belt do we have? Do I not have red belt set up anywhere? Let's do red belt here. 300, that's plenty of red belt. We are lacking in splitters. We have a few undergrounds. Let's grab a bit more. Pipes, we still have plenty of pipes. I'm gonna grab a lot more transport belt. I can finally set this one up. And we're gonna output here and have a chest where we output lights. I did not fully consider that. I was sure we just need copper cable and electronic circuits, not iron plates, but we do need iron plates too, so let's drag this belt over here. Have the inserters like this. and we're gonna output over here. Again, limit this chest to just 2 stacks. Set the recipe there. And since we're producing lamps, yeah, they're called lamps. Let's actually put down a couple of them here so that we can see what's happening even at night. And with that, I think this is a great place to make a cut in today's episode. Where in the next episode, we're going to be looking at expanding our oil production. We can see that plastic is very low and the bottleneck here is petroleum. So we're going to be moving to our newly researched technology. I always keep forgetting the name, advanced oil processing. And also we're going to be setting up heavy oil cracking and light oil cracking, which are 2 new recipes that we have and 2 new resources that we have available. And after we finish setting up oil, we're going to be looking at, let me quickly check pollution. Our pollution factor is not that bad yet, so we might look at expanding over here, get a bit more oil flowing, maybe pushing these 2 bases and setting up military science over here. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, and until the next time, have a great day.